Hello, welcome back to the Mobile Motorbike Mechanic channel. I'm Steve. Today we're off to Leicestershire to go and replace a set of fork seals on a CBR 600. So we'll see you when we get there. Right, so here we are, CBR 600. So we're going to be doing the fork seals on this one today, because if you come and have a look at this, you can see they're definitely leaking. Yeah, they're definitely leaking. So we'll get these, we'll get the forks out, we'll get the seals done, get it all back together again. Yeah, so we'll do that now. There we go. I wonder if somebody's put a bolt up behind it. No, they haven't. That's good. So these are non-standard. The 8mm standard, but then we've got a 4mm Allen key and a couple of 4mm Allen keys the other side. It is a 5mm. There we go. That's one. Two. Three. Okay. $24. Okay. There we go. Cleared the horn. Didn't hit any of the wiring. We're all good. So calipers off first. And then we can get the wheel out. There we go. Right, so now we can get the front wheel out. Oh. Oh. Good old Honda, they always give you this little hole in the spindle so you can pull the wheel out. There we go. Put it all back together again so we don't lose any bits. And there we go. Right, so now we've got calipers off, wheel out the way and the guard gone. We can see that's absolutely leaking like a sieve. That one's starting to mist up as well. So we're doing both of them anyway, doesn't matter. We'll give them a clean, get them all sorted. And yeah, so we'll undo the bottom yoke bolts under here. Then we've got top yoke bolts and clip-on bolts. Pushing it. There we go. So in the past we've mentioned about measuring the height of the height of the forks before you take them out. But as you can see on this bike, they've got little retaining clips, retaining rings, and we've also mentioned these on Hondas before as well. So these little retaining rings you can see just there, so we can bring the fork down till it hits the retaining ring, and we know we're going to be same height both sides. Okay, that one should be loose now. So what we'll do, push it up a little way first. There we go. And push it up so we can get that retaining clip off. So now we've got that little retaining clip out of the way, we can undo the fork cap. Oh, that's done up tight. There we go. So undo the fork cap, because you won't be able to undo that once the fork's out, and this one you won't be able to undo because the pinch bolt's done up. There we go. Yeah, and you can see on the chrome of the stanchion there, it's just leaking like a good one. It really is. Okay, so conventional fork. So stanchion at the top. Well, yeah, conventional fork, right way up fork. This is, rather than the other ones we've done in the past, which are upside down. So what we need to do with this one is drain out. Oh my lord, look at that. That is some horrendous old fork oil, that is. I don't think that's been changed in a very long time. Customers just said to me that he only bought the bike a few weeks ago, and when he bought the bike, the seller told him that the fork seals had been changed just recently. Looking at the state of that fork oil, I doubt that that's new fork oil, because that looks to me to be pretty manky. Whilst that one's draining, we'll get the other one out of the bike. Right, same again with this. Get the cap undone, get it draining. Yeah, again, look at the state of that fork oil. You can see it's pretty black, pretty horrible. I would suggest that hasn't been changed either. We'll give these a full degrease anyway, and we also, as a matter of course, when we do fork seals, we degrease calipers and we degrease the disc rollers as well, so at least it gives you the best fighting chance of having a decent brake. Sometimes your pads might be completely contaminated, so they'll need replacing, but that's up to the customer at the time. So on this fork cap, I've just noticed there's no flats on the bottom of it where you'd normally put a spanner. So what you've got to do is you've got to put a spanner on the top. Don't put it on this bit, put it on the top. And on the retaining nut. And then they should come apart. There you go. Easy as that. Easy when you know how. And we'll get rid of the cap, and there's the damping rod in there as well. And then, as usual, just lay it all out as it comes out, so you know which order to put it back in. Okay, just reposition the camera because we're working over this. So as we take the spring out, progressive fork spring. So tight coils at the bottom. Remember, we've had those in the past as well. And now all we need to do is get rid of the rest of the oil. There you go. There's the rest of the oil coming out. So we'll leave that there, draining for a moment. This is where it starts to get really messy. You only get one shot at doing these, and if you chew them, you're knackered. There we go. One shot done. And now we can take out the damper rod. There we go. So now we need to remove the dust seal. And the customer has warned me that he's put some paper underneath these dust seals just to try and keep them, you know, keep the leaks down to a minimum. Let's have a look, see what we got. Oh, that's leaking everywhere. There's a surprise. Not really. Right, so dust seal coming out. There's a retaining bolt for that one. Ah, yeah, look. See, we've got all sorts of spooge and what have you in here. Blue shop towel, look at it. Lovely. So we want to get the retaining clip out. There it is. Twang. Right, old dust seal. Now we can. There we go. There's the old fork seal gone. There's the bushings, and that's the stanchion. Right. That's one fork leg broken down. So we'll give all that a clean, we'll get the new seals, and we'll put it back together again. Yummy. And so we can seat the new seal, we've got to get this little fork protector off as well. Now these tend to be an absolute pain in the ass. And it's a bit of a giveaway if they've never been off. Yeah, if you look at the inside of the fork stanchion here, the bottom of the fork stanchion, you see all the damage around the bottom there? Someone's had a real good go at that with something in the past. You can see there's big chunks missing out of it all the way around. Yeah, even down into where the seal actually sits. You see down there? And if you can see that, just these big chunks missing out of here. Big scrapes. So, not good, really, not good. But there's nothing we can do about that. You know, that would be, you'd need to like weld that up and then machine it back down to smooth. But hopefully the seal will seal. But that could be a reason for the seals not sealing. Not good. That's looking a damn sight cleaner in there. So what we'll do is we'll get the new seals and we'll start building it back up again. New seals. let's check to make sure the new seals are the correct ones. Occasionally we do get a bit of bad luck with new seals being the wrong size. So it looks like we've got some scratches in a line along the fork stanchion here. There's also a ridge where I think the bottom clamp has been done up too much. And then we've got marks, possibly like it's been in a vice or something, because that's really... So, not in a good way, this little poor little fork leg. We'll pop it back together again. We've had a chat with the customer, he knows about what we've found, so... yeah, we'll stick it all back together again. Hopefully it will seal, but we'll wait and see. So, new seal going on. You see, that's 43, that is. There we go. Right. Let's get the damper section back in again. Oh, what am I doing? Losing the plot. Get that back in first. Then we'll get the damper section back in. There we go. Lovely. Right, that's the old damper rod refitted. So now we need to get the fork seal knocked in there. All faithful. There we go. Should be in here. Aha! New clips. Beautiful. Put the dust seal on. Right, so these forks take 460 ml of oil, so we'll chuck in about 400 and then we'll bleed the damper rod through. So what we do is that's 350 ml there, and all you do is you just and wait for this to start getting resistance. Oh, you can hear it. go. She's starting to get resistance on the damper rod now. You can see all the little bubbles of air coming out of it. And that is how you bleed the damper rod. Now there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, you know, you should only ever measure the air gap at the top and this, that and the other. But when you're doing a complete fork rebuild like we do, we take everything apart. We're not just changing the oil, we're washing all of the oil out of all the components, getting rid of everything. So what I tend to do is go off the manufacturer's recommended specification for the amount of fork oil that goes into the fork rather than the air gap at the top. I realise different people want to do it different ways, and that's fine, but that's what I do because I'm doing a complete fork rebuild rather than just changing the oil. Right, so we've got the correct amount of fork oil in there now, as per the manufacturer's specification, as per the manual. So what we're going to do is we're just going to reassemble the last few components. Snug that up. There we go. That's the fork all back together again. So one final wash off. Right, so now that's one fork fully rebuilt. So we'll get on, get the other one done, and then we'll get them back in the bike. So this fork leg that we've just taken apart had 2 copper washers on it. Shouldn't have 2 copper washers, should only have 1. You see that a lot on oil changes. And this one looks in a lot better condition actually. This one doesn't have a, yeah, you can't feel any big dink out of it. It doesn't appear to have any attached with a screwdriver. Doesn't look like it's been put in a vise. This one's all good. One thing you will notice on the end of this one, you see all the rust, all the brown and orange rust. So we'll get all that cleaned out. That's from the seal retaining clip. Been in there a long time. So we just get a little pick and just run around and scrape it all out. Okay, so a couple of fork legs, all ready to go back in. So may as well start off with this side. There we go. We'll get it right up so we can put the clip back on again, and then I can just do the pinch nut up and tighten the cap up fully. There's the retaining clip going on. That's it, it's in that groove, so we're all happy there. I'll just do this lower one up a couple of turns just to pinch it. That'll do. And then I can nip off the fork cap. There we go, done. Right, so now we can drop that down into its correct position. And all we want to do is just drop it down. There you go, so it's resting on top of the clip on there. That's it, that's in its right place. So I'll do all the bolts up. All right. One down, one to go. One thing to be aware of when you put forks back in, or really when you take them out, is just noting which side of the forks the wiring goes and the cables go and things. The reason we pull this up through so high is because if you look in here, you see how the clip-on moulds around the edge of the fork. There's no way you're going to get that clip out past there. You know, it's going to be very, very difficult to get it around past the edge of this moulding. So because the moulding comes up, if you bring it right up, it's much easier just to then get that in place. Make sure it clips in. Yeah, it's in. And then you can push it back down again. Cool. He says. Oh, actually, I need to do the cap up first. So I'll just pinch that fork leg off a second. So thank you everyone to all the subscribers, much appreciated. Didn't expect so many of you would be interested, but really nice to see. So remember to share it with your friends, and remember to like and comment on this one. Let me know your thoughts on how we're doing. Okay, so now just got that bottom one to do up on this side. Yep. Looks good. Cool. That's better. So we'll come back, circle back around, tighten all that lot up. We'll get the calipers on next. Brake pads are looking pretty good, which is good. This caliper here then. Never bloody fits, does it? Never bloody fits. won't go in. So we'll take it off the stand so we can wobble it around a bit more. As long as the bike's off the stand. Maybe it was a sequence then. I had to put that one in first. Don't know. Obviously these are not standard Honda bolts. These are aftermarket Allen bolts that have just been used. Okay, just pump the brakes back out again to make sure that they're working. Pop it off the stand. Yep, that's got suspension. Got brakes again. So a quick final walk round just to make sure we've not missed anything. That's all good. Up the top here. Bum bum, clips in, done up. Bum bum, clips in, done up. Okay, that's everything. All right folks, so that's the fork seals completed on this CBR 600. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next video.